Here's another what if request from Paper Prince 2, being what if Raditz never came to Earth, or what if Goku was the only surviving Saiyan. Though the endgame of it seemed obvious to start with, there were enough interesting ideas for it to be worth delving into. For this divergence to occur and remain the case, I'll say Frieza decides to execute the Saiyans under his command soon after destroying Planet Vegeta, as well as Tarbell not being able to escape from Abel and Kado, who find him far earlier. We'll just say the rest of them from Super, the films and more encounter similar heart viruses to what Goku gained, or were found by Frieza. As such, the events of Dragon Ball Z as we know them don't occur, with the reunion at Kame House being fairly peaceful. With no challenge to force him to team up with Goku, Piccolo keeps focusing on developing his ki and abilities for the day he's confident to fight to the death against Goku once more. That day comes 1 year later on the 3rd of November, when the Dragon Team would normally be facing Nappa and Vegeta. Without the threat of those two, neither have cultivated their ki anywhere to the extent that Piccolo's strength would normally be, but he's instead focused on perfecting the Makanko Sappo, much like how he uses it in the Super anime. Piccolo arrives at the Son family house to challenge Goku, and after an intense battle, Piccolo's strategies eventually open up an opportunity for him to fatally wound Goku with the Makanko Sappo and fulfill his purpose. This causes the nearby Gohan to snap and smash into Piccolo, much as he did to Raditz, with the fatigued Piccolo barely surviving. When seeing this display combined with Goku's body disappearing, Piccolo chooses to take Gohan purely to turn him into a tool to face Goku once he's resurrected, and trains him in a manner to wear down his ideals and mold him into a Mazoku, only sparing the nearby Chi-Chi due to not wanting to waste what ki he still has in what may now be a difficult fight. Despite Gohan enduring for a while, the strain on such a young mind causes him to eventually yield and be manipulated by Piccolo. Rather than immediately conquer Earth, Piccolo chooses to perform Shugyo intensely. When factoring in Kami may simply have one of the human martial artists end his life to stop Piccolo, and wants to assure both that he'll get their attention and that they haven't improved enough in those 6 years to the extent their combined teamwork can challenge him. He would consider going to seal Kami with the Mafuba, but would be too wary of him taking drastic measures when sensing his approach, and would feel the Budo ideals he'd come to acquire growing, with him wanting to prove his superiority to Goku yet again. In the meantime, Kami would train those humans as normal to rescue Gohan if Goku cannot perform his Shugyo quickly, with Chi-Chi joining them, with her having the most personal reason to. Speaking of which, Goku would have gone to Kaio's planet to assure he's capable of defeating Piccolo in the rematch, taking just as long as normal. With time being of the essence though, the human fighters would challenge Piccolo as soon as they completed their Shugyo with Kami 6 months later, and would be taken aback when attempting to take Gohan back, when the boy mercilessly ends Kuririn's life, before the rest are picked off by Piccolo and his servant until only Chi-Chi remains. She would try emotionally appealing to her son to return to normal, but a Gohan trained to value the strength to thrive views her nurturing as a weakness. Still, he cannot bring himself to land a finishing blow, with Piccolo doing the job. With nobody to challenge him, Piccolo quickly conquers Earth once more, though isn't as merciful as his father, in choosing to oppress civilization and wipe out many cities. It's in this time though that he further ponders what will come next now he's unopposed, with the Budo ideals he's come to develop having him wait for Goku's revival, and the scenario of perhaps the son defeating the father. The day soon comes when Goku returns and faces Piccolo. Despite his anger in the loss of his family and friends, Goku calmly overpowers Piccolo and avoids fatally injuring him, so some of those lost can be revived. Piccolo orders Gohan to fight Goku and get angry, but Piccolo's methods, having made Gohan far less compassionate, also means that he cannot bring out his potential through rage, and Goku quickly subdues him. With all that has happened due to Piccolo, Kami arrives and takes the opportunity with Piccolo's ki being faint to seal him with the Mafuba and prevent further turmoil. Yamcha and Chi-Chi are revived, but Kuririn and Chaozu cannot be, with them having been revived once with Earth's Dragon Balls, and Tenshinhan chooses to stay with Chaozu and continue their Shugyo journey with Kyle. Despite all that has happened, Goku and Chi-Chi take the time to rehabilitate Gohan, with Goku teaching him the right mindset to control his ki and emotions, whereas Chi-Chi provides the emotional support necessary for him to come close to a normal life once more. This return to a happy life is undone little over a year later, when Goku succumbs to the heart virus, and then 17 and 18 terrorizing the Earth 3 years later. Gohan, Yamcha, and a Chi-Chi who values martial arts more oppose the twins, but are all killed. With the Dragon Balls still being around though, Bulma would focus on collecting them to wish for either 17 and 18 to be teleported into the sun, or for a method of stopping them, even factoring in Super's events. This takes no more than 2 years, with Shenlong informing Bulma of the remote and materializing one for her, with the Jinzo Ningen threat being dealt with there. Even wishing to restore the damages done by the twins though, the rules concerning the 1-year time limit on mass revivals means none of the fallen Dragon Team can be revived, with Roshi being forced out of retirement, and Yajirobe being forced to get serious, as well as Tenshinhan being revived a year later out of necessity. However, this is far from enough to even hinder Babidi when he shows up in age 774, with his invasion of Earth in attempt to revive Boo being unchallenged. Bulma then decides to do her best in creating a time machine and travel back to stop Piccolo killing Goku, and telling them of what will happen. But even if successful, a more prepared Goku without Super Saiyan, or the experiences with the Saiyans or on Namek, would never be a match for even Yakon, let alone Dabra. In 2 timelines now, Babidi keeps draining the energy from humans and letting the population stay stable for many years, until eventually gaining enough to revive Majin Buu, with him then having Buu destroy Earth before oppressing the entire universe until for GT, making his way to M2 and being stopped by one far stronger than Buu before the eventual day Baby would conquer the universe. It's through this that we see the importance in Raditz's role in expanding the narrative, or Vegeta interacting with Goku, in their absence leading to inevitable defeat for the Dragon Team against unforeseen threats. Thank you for watching all of this What If. I have plenty of other ideas for future ones, but if there's a specific one you're interested in, comment it below. Also be sure to subscribe for when I release it, and I'll see you later.